Game 3 of the East District Championships for 2023, focusing on the 100s and 200 IMs today and tomorrow, also some mixed relays, so that's always good to look forward to in the evenings. So we're going to start in a couple of minutes, but before we do that, we'll do some health and safety announcements. So just if you could pay your attention to these, please. In the event of an emergency evacuation, the sirens will sound and staff will direct you to the nearest fire exit. Please take a look around you and note the location of the nearest fire exit to you. Please make sure you don't leave articles in the walkways or sit in the stairs in the balcony. And on leaving the poolside swimmers, please make sure you're wearing appropriate dry clothing and footwear. Do dry yourself down. Put some footwear on, especially as you're going up and down the stairs. That would be much appreciated. And please, no glass items or outdoor footwear on poolside. By attending the event, you're accepting that any photographs or videos you take will not be used for illicit purposes, and that pictures or films produced will not be altered in any way or uploaded onto the web without the consent and writing of the persons photographed or filmed. The use of mobile phones or other electronic devices capable of photography are not permitted to be used any time in the changing village, the toilets, or the showers. Spectators, if you wish to take photographs, you're requested to focus on your own family member as much as is reasonably possible, and to avoid including other participants in the photos, particularly if you intend to share them with family, friends, or through social media platforms. So that's the health and safety announcement concluded. Our first event today is the Boys 100 Fly. Before we get on to that, we'll let you know who your senior officials are in this session. And your senior referee is Ian Peebles. And your starter is Carol McInnes. So we're all ready to go. A little bit early, but the first heat of the men's 100 fly, first of 9 heats coming up.
So away we go with the boys 100 butterfly. This is the first of 9 heats. We have 3 going. Alex McNeely goes in lane 3 for Cooper, Cameron Walkinshaw of Trojan in lane 4, and Oliver Dixon of Warrender in lane 5. Energy times 1:16 to 1:19, all pretty close coming down towards the turn. Just 2 lengths of the pool, of course, all hundreds today until we get to the 200 individual medley. So up the turn, it's Alex McNeely just turning first, 33.64, but only half a second up on Cameron Walkinshaw, and Oliver Dixon probably another half a second or so back. So half a length to go, and it is still the dark-capped Alex McNeely leading the way. 1:19.20 his entry time. The slowest on paper of the 3, but here comes Oliver Dixon now. He is pushing hard as they come up towards the final 5, and I think it might be the Warrender swimmer just coming through to take it with good judgment and a well-paced swim, taking a 1:16.98. Cameron Walkinshaw coming through to take second.
Duncan, we are having issues with the scoreboard. We'll let you know if there is a DQ.
So apologies, we're just missing the one of the swimmers there, but there's no DQs, so all good.
So moving into heat number 2. In lane 1, we have Nicodem Tronyar from Heart of Midlothian, Finch Geary, Step Rock in 2, Alex Taylor from Trinent in 3, Jedri Prajiski from Heart of Midlothian in 4, Rowan Geary from Step Rock in 6, and Ollie Wishart, Carnegie in 7. Good start in lane 3, Alex Taylor, Trinent swimmer. Entry time's a 1:14, turning there in a 30:44. So if he can keep that up, that is going to be well under his entry of 1:14, I think. Coming back hard is Jedri Prajotsky, the Heart of Midlothian swimmer, in lane 5. And he's pushing hard as they come into this last 15. These two well clear of the rest of the field, pretty close across the rest of the 4 boys for 3rd place in this heat. But it is going to be the leader right from the beginning, Alex Taylor, who takes this one very nicely, 1:08.12, so that's a 6-second improvement on his entry time. Second it was Jedri Prajiski, under that 1:10 as well. Well done, Jedri, 1:09.68. And Nicodem just edged out the rest of the boys there for 3rd in a 1:13.13.
Heat 3, Ethan Mulligan goes for Haddington in 1, Declan Kay of Trinent in 2, Calder Murphy of Carnegie in 3, Rory Gallagher of Warrender in 4, Ashton Kerridge of Glenrothes in 5, Harvey Orr of Trinent in 6, Luke McCall from Warrender in 7, and Stephen Laws of Cooper in lane 8. 1:09s to 1:12s, the entry times here. And it is lane 3 again. Calder Murphy this time, the Carnegie swimmer, goes through just over the 30 seconds, 30:08 for Calder, so slightly faster than Alex in the previous heat. Swimmers not too far behind him, the red caps of Trinent's Declan Kay and Warrender's Rory Gallagher. The main contenders also not too far away is Harvey Orr, another Trinent swimmer, in lane 6, but it is still the Carnegie swimmer leading them by maybe a metre, perhaps a little bit more, from Rory Gallagher, who is his main threat as they come into the wall, but it will be Calder who takes the win. Another excellent swim, big PB, 1:05.89 for Calder. So just about 4 seconds inside his entry time. Second place, Rory Gallagher, and 3rd, Harvey Orr.
Into heat 4, in lane 1, Luke Livingston from Hoyok in 2, Nathan Wilson Carnegie, Josh Stephen, Warrender Baths in 3, Toby Bullock from Midlothian in 4, Richard Laws, Cooper in 5, Sam Ross, Warrender Bath in 6, his teammate Noah Lucatelli from Warrender in 7, and in lane 8, Cal Muirhead, Livingston swimmer, all 15 and 16-year-olds in this heat, 1:07 through to 1:08 entry, so getting closer, and this race is pretty tight on that first 50. 30:89. Touching that one is Nathan Wilson, the Carnegie swimmer, just slightly over the split time of the previous 2 heats. They've been pretty fast heats to start this meet off. Strong swim in lane 8 as well from Carl Muirhead, the Livingston swimmer. And he's looking strong, as is in lane 3, Josh Stephen from Warrender Baths. And it's going to be Josh, I think, who's going to take this one. Strong swim there, and he comes in a 105.89. So that is, I think, exactly the same time as the winner of the previous heat. Second, Toby Bullock in 106.71, and third, Luke Livingston, 107.35.
Heat number 5, we have Luke Jansen of Warrender in 1, his teammates Robbie Boyd in 2, Shawnside Griffiths in 3, and Ishmael Shalabi in 4. 5 is Inverleith Joshua Drainer, and his teammate Michael Skeckel goes in 6. Ewan Jones of Broxburn in 7, and Fabio Farina in lane 8, representing Warrender. Ishmael, a couple of silver medals in butterfly in the 50 and the 200 a month ago in round 2. And he does lead them through the 50, 30.07, so a little bit faster than the previous heat. All pretty close though. Ishmael in lane 4, I think, just has the edge after this run of wins from lane 3. Ewan Jones is going well in lane 7, the swimmer from Broxburn, and he is certainly up there with Ishmael now. So it's going to be between the two of them, but I think Ishmael just has the edge, and he does come in to take it in 105.74. So he improves by the best part of a second. Ewan Jones in second, and Shawnside Griffiths in third.
Into heat number 6 in lane 1, Sam Cool from Step Rock. 2 is Taylor Hutton, Incus. Jaden Chan from Carnegie in 3. Blair Woodward, Portobello in 4. Lewis Muir from Carnegie in 5. Luke Hornsey, Musselburgh swimmer, in 6. And Rory Stobie from Warrender Baths in lane 7. So a strong start from Luke Hornsey. Strong IM swimmer. 27.76, so significantly faster. This is the last of the non-seeded heats, and Luke's really powering out there. Junior national squad member, silver medalist in the 400 IM earlier on in this East Districts, showing some great form here on the fly. Well clear of the rest of the field, going to get under that minute, and how far under? 59.31, so a nice swim there from Luke. Close for second, just getting it Blair Woodward, 103.30, and in third, Jaden Chan, a few tenths of a second behind him.
So the first of the cycle seeded heats now. And in this one, we've got Owen Williamson of Haddington in 1, Matthew McMillan of Incas in 3, Luke Shaw of Edinburgh University in 4, Mark Innes, also Edinburgh University, in 5, Fergus Woodward of Portobello in 6, Finlay Davis of Midlothian in 7, Manu Drysdale of Warrender in lane 8. 28.26, Matthew McMillan turns first. Another junior team member. He was second in this event last year. Not quite as fast at the turn as Luke Hornsey in the previous heat. Finley Davis looking good in lane 7 for Midlothian. Coming up now in lane 4 is Luke Shaw, winner of the B final in the National Championships last summer. So these three coming in pretty close, but it is Finley Davis who got the touch from lane 7, 100.3. So nice swim from Finley, nearly 2 seconds inside his entry time.
Into Heat 8. In this one we have Aidan Fothergill, Edinburgh University in 1, Callum Sinclair, Broxburn in 2, Finn Bremner, Warren Nabass in 3, Stefan Kravich from Tennent in 4, Brodie Gordon-Gibson, Warren Nabass in 5, Zach Slater from Musselburgh in 6, 7, Mika van Blerk from Warrender, and Fraser Stewart from Steprock in 8. So the two junior national squad members out there in the lead. Brodie Gordon-Gibson, 26-23. Brodie was a medalist at the recent Geneva International meet, won the East District title last year in his age group, and he's going for it this morning. He's got Stefan on his inside, who was a bronze medalist at the European Youth Olympics last year, but Brodie's really gone for it this morning, and he's coming in under the flags with a strong heat swim in a 56-15. So that's a very strong swim for him. Stefan Kravich, 57.51 second. Finn Bremner, 1:00.09 in third.
So the last of our boys butterfly heats, we've got Jonah Turnbull of Midlothian in 1, Ben Kelly of Warrender in 2, Ben Carr of Edinburgh University in 4, Igor Suvalov, also Edinburgh University in lane 5, Cedar Gullen of Warrender in 6, David Smith of Glenrothes in 7, and Ross Anderton of Tronent in lane 8. So two Edinburgh University swimmers in the centre lanes, turning just about together. 26.79 is very similar split to Brodie in the previous heat, with Ben Carr, the New Zealander, leading the way. 5th in national championships, both long and short course. Bronze medalist in last year's Glasgow International. And he is going to take this fairly comfortably, about a body length clear of his teammate, as he brings it in 57.05. So again, not as fast as Brodie Gordon-Gibson, so Brodie will go in as the fastest qualifier in the top age group, but Ben will be right beside him. Igor Suvalov second there, and Cedar Gullen also going under the minute in 3rd place.
So moving on to the next event. This is the women's 100 butterfly. This is the first of 12 heats, and in this first heat we have in lane 1, Katrina Stevens from Duns, Aileen Arona, Warren the Baths in 4, Tess Byrne from Trojan in 5, and Katie Pake, Carnegie swimmer, in lane 6. S10 category swimmer Katie, Youth Academy member, and it's swimmers in 3, 4 and 5 who are pretty close. 37.32 for Katrina. Dunn swimmer. Looking strong on this second 50. Still with her though is Aileen Arona and Tess Byrne, and Katie Pake not too far behind. Her entry is slightly slower, 140 coming into this. But it does look like it's going to be the Dunn swimmer who's going to take this heat. Ailey just edging ahead of Tess Byrne. So it's going to be Katrina. 124.53 was her entry. She's going to get nicely under that. 120.03. So a good few seconds improvement for her. Second, it was Aileen Arona. 124.74. Third, Tess Byrne, and Katie Pike coming in with a 10-second improvement there for her. So 130 point. Well done, girls.
Heat 2. Neve Brown goes to Warrender in 1, Emily Spence of Duns in 2, Amy Murray of Broxburn in 3, Abigail Morton of Swimmet in 4, Mari Narona of Warrender in 5, Alaya Kaharovich of Inverleith in 6, Annie Brindle also of Inverleith in 7. So setting the pace in lane 4 is Swimmet's Abigail Morton. I think she will lead them through the turn. Oh no, in fact, it's Alaya Kaharovich just getting the touch. 35.64, about a second and a half faster than the previous heat. Mixture of 15 and 16-year-olds in this heat. And 4 swimmers, lanes 3 through to 6, all pretty close. Amy, Abigail, Mari and Alaya. And it is still, I think, Alaya Kaharovich with the advantage in lane 6. So her entry time 1:21.6. So she'll be looking to see if she can get under the 120 here. So coming into the final 5, she's about 1.5 meters clear. So will take the win. It's going to be really close for second. Great finish in lane 2 from Emily Spence. She gets second. The Dunn swimmer just ahead of Annie Brindle in third, but the winning time 1:19.57 for Alaya.
Heat 3, we have in lane 1 Alice Perry from Warren the Baths, Caitlin Peebles from Trinent in 2, Abigail Deacon, Carnegie in 3, Evie Graham from Incus in 4, Amy Jones from Broxburn in 5, Alice Stewart, Carnegie swimmer in 6, May Rogers, Warren the Baths in 7, and Olivia Flockhart from Musselburgh in 8. Strong start from May Rogers out there in lane 7. Better known as a breaststroker, but showing strong form on this first leg of the fly, and she touches in 34.29, so that's over a second up on the previous heat at that 50 stage. 1:20 entry time for May, going strong as well. In 3 is Abigail Deacon, the Carnegie swimmer. 5th at the Summer Sizzler event. But it's May who's looking strong. Lane 1 coming through on this final 50 is Alice Perry from Warrender. But it's going to be May Rogers who's going to take this one. Alice finishing fast, catching up on Abigail Deacon, but May comes in with a 1:14.51, so that's a 6-second improvement on her entry time. Strong swimming there. Second, it was Alice Perry finishing fast in a 1:16.96, edging ahead of Abigail Deacon in third place, 1:18.35.
On to heat number 4, we have Rosie Forster of Warrender in 1, Kira Anderson of Livingston in 2, Laurie Joyce of Trinent in 3, Jessie Norris of Kelso in 4, Ella Pullman of Glenrothes in 5, Caitlin Adamson of Carnegie in 6, Grace Hannock of Trinent in 7, and Amy Owenson of Galashiels in lane 8. Entry times in this heat, 1:17s and 1:18s. Through the turn, 32.65. Leading the way on the gallery side, Rosie Forster. So that is the fastest split we've seen so far, and suddenly Rosie pushing it on pretty strongly here. Rosie going in the 16-year-old age group. So an excellent swim from the Warrender girl and an excellent time, 1:10.38. Big PB, 8.5 seconds. Excellent stuff from Rosie there. Caitlin Adamson in second, Jessie Norrison in third. Just waiting for confirmation of that result. Could we have coaches, please, from Carnegie and Warrender to the recorder's table, please? That's Carnegie and Warrender. Thank you.
Just a couple of finalists we've got for the boys. 15-year-old butterfly in the 15-year-olds. Ross Anderton, Ismail Salabi, Sam Cool, Taylor Hutton, Toby Bullock, Luke Livingston, Alex Taylor and Declan Kay. Reserves, Noah Lucatelli and Ashton Kerridge. We'll come on to the rest of them after this race starts.
So unfortunately we have disqualification, technical infraction in lane 5 in that last event.
Into heat 5, this girls 100 fly in lane 2, Poppy Shaw from Eyemouth. Lane 3, Jordan Adamson from Carnegie. Imogen Edwards from Carnegie in 4. Molly Weir, Broxhurn in 5. Lauren Broley, Folthouse in 6. Ailey Stewart from Warren Baths in 7. And Natalie Zeto, Warren Baths in lane 8. Good start, lane 4, Imogen Edwards. Carnegie swimmer, entry time 1:16, turning in a 32:67, so that's just a couple of hundredths slower than Rosie's excellent 100 fly in the heat before. So there's a strong swim here from the Carnegie swimmer in 15-year-old Carnegie swimmer in 4. Very close outside her with Molly Weir and Lauren Broley battling out for second. But it's Imogen. He's in the lead, but Lauren Broley's having a strong second 50 here, the Foldhouse swimmer. But I think it's going to be Imogen who hangs on to take this one with a nice improvement on her entry, 1:11.94. So that's 5 seconds or 4 seconds up on her entry time. Second, it was fast finishing Lauren Broley in 1:13.33, and Molly Weir third, 1:14.7.
Heat 6. Jennifer Gordon goes for Finns in lane 1, Hannah Anderson of Carnegie in 2, Freya Dand of Midlothian in 3, Mirren McPhee of Foldhouse in 4, Sydney Boyd of Midlothian in 5, Bella Geard of Warrender in 6, Katie Wells of Carnegie in 7, and Lizzie Wyke of Heart of Midlothian in lane 8. So pretty close in the centre lane, 3, 4 and 5. The Midlothian swimmer, well, I was going to say I got the touch, but no, yes, it is Sydney Boyd, 33.54. Not quite as fast as we've seen. Sydney finalist in this event last year, going in the 15-year-old age group. Has been in the medals, particularly in breaststroke, but also in backstroke so far in these championships, but showing her versatility here on the butterfly and opening up the gap with a strong second half. So it is going to be Sydney taking the win. Let's check out on the time, 1:13.4. So she takes about a second and a half off her entry time. Second was Hannah Anderson, and third, Freya Dand.
Into heat 7 in lane 1, Tegan Black from Trinent. 2, we have Ella McGeorge, Cooper swimmer. In lane 3, Bronwyn Payne from Kelso. Warren Bath, Sophie Portier in 4, and her teammate Anna Perry in 5. Kira Bailey, Cooper in 6, Natalie Cooper from Warrender in 7, and Emma Wendland, Portobello in lane 8. That's close across the centre swimmers here. Sophie Portier just edging that 32.63. So Sophie was second in this event at the first meet. Anna Perry, her teammate on her inside, only 0.2 on slower on entry, and she's pushing hard. Anna was third at the Summer Sizzler. And it's between those two Warrender swimmers, and coming up fast is Bronwyn Payne, the Kelso swimmer. Won the East Lothian meet in this event and showing good form at the end. It's nothing between these three. And I think it's going to be Bronman who just edges that, and she does. 1:13.52. So it's just a slight improvement on her entry. Well done. Second, it was Sophie Portier. And third, Anna Perry.
Heat 8. Katie Barron of Midlothian in 1, Katie Lowe of Glenrothes in 2, Macy Carty of Fauldhouse in 3, Iona Casapidis of Carnegie in 4, Erica Watt of Hearts in 5, Anna Harkness of Kelso in 6, Kira Gregg of Fauldhouse in 7, Ailey McNichol of Glenrothes in lane 8. So it looks like Kira Gregg going pretty well in lane 7, but there's others up there as well. Lane 3, Macy Carty, also of Fauldhouse, and it is the two along with Iona Casapidis who actually got the touch there in 32.70, very similar split to the previous heat. And a good tight contest here. Macy Carty coming out of the turn, looks like she's got the edge. She was 6th in these championships last year, silver medalist on 200 breaststroke last month, but pushing on is her teammate in lane 7, Kira Gregg. So it's the two Fauldhouse swimmers who are going to be 1 and 2 here, and it looks like it is going to be Kira Gregg who takes the win, which she does in 1:10.24. So she improves by 3 seconds. Nice swim from her teammate as well, Macy, 1:10.63, taking second, and Iona Casapidis in third.
Into heat 9, in lane 1, India Marshall from Musselburgh, Natalie Marshall from Broxburn in 2, Casey Drummond, Incas in 3, Ivana Jansen, Edinburgh University in 4, Rosie Heaps, another Fauldhouse swimmer in 5, Kira Pemble, Eyemouth in 7, and Zara Innes, they're in lane 8 from Carnegie. Strong start in 2, Natalie Marshall, Broxburn swimmer. Was second in the 50 fly, Natalie, 32.39. So it's got some good form, and the fly coming into this 100. But it's also out there in 7 as Kira Pemble, the Eyemouth swimmer. And in lane 5, Rosie Heaps from Fauldhouse. Rosie was second in the 200 fly, so she should have a strong finish. And it really is very close between these three. I think it may just be Natalie who's going to edge this one, and she does in a 1:10.13. Second, it was Kira Pemble, 1:10.32, a couple of tenths behind, and Rosie Heaps, 1:10.65 in third.
On to heat 10, the first of the cycle seeded heats. We have Mia McLeod of Swimit in lane 1, Ailey Armstrong of Musselburgh in 2, Faith Yuda of Edinburgh University in 3, Orla McInnes of Heart of Midlothian in 4, Nicole Ritchie of Edinburgh University in 5, Katie Rose of Warrender in 6, Lauren Anderson of Livingston in 7, and Ashley Drake of Warrender in lane 8. So coming up to the turn, it's pretty close, lanes 4 and 5 just about together, but it's Orla McInnes in lane 4 just gets the touch, 30.73. All silver medalists last year, going in the 16 age group. Winner in the 50 fly last month, and she is going to take this heat pretty comfortably in the end, and a time of 1:05.41, pretty close to her entry time. Second was Faith Yuda, 1:06.65, and Nicole Ritchie third, 1:07.74.
Into heat 10. First, lane 1, Lucy de Grosser, Gala Shields. Anna de Grosser in lane 2, also Gala Shields. Charlotte Thompson from Midlothian in 3. Abigail Stemp, Edinburgh University in 4. Alice Mackey, the Heart of Midlothian swimmer in 5. Emma Finlay, Musselburgh in 7. And Alexandra Miller from Falthouse in 8. Strong start, lane 4, Abigail Stemp. 29.80. Abigail was 5th at the British Universities recently, won a 1:03.8 there, and won the 50 fly, so has good form coming into this meet. Pushing her hard is Alice Mackey, the Hart swimmer, in lane 5, and in lane 3, Charlotte Thompson from Midlothian. So Alice is pushing hard in this last 15, but it's going to be Abigail who takes this one in a 1:05.4. Second it was Charlotte Thompson, 1:05.75, and in third Alice Mackey, 1:06.35.
Heat 12, Natalie Moody goes for Livingston in 1, Jessica Heaps of Falthouse in 2, Melissa Mainwaring of Broxburn in 3, Katie Robertson, Edinburgh University in 4, Helen Stoddart of Haddington in 5, Layla Weatherspoon of Heart of Midlothian in 6, Grace Courtney of Musselburgh in 7, and Gemma Brown of Carnegie in lane 8. Katie Robertson setting the pace here in lane 4. She's got quite a lead at the halfway mark. 29.61 is a couple of tenths faster than the previous heat. Katie Robertson, her experienced swimmer, mainly breaststroke, but showing her skills here at butterfly, and well clear of the rest of the field, where the contest is for second between Melissa Mainwaring in 3 and Layla Weatherspoon in lane 6. But Katie Robertson entered just over the minute. She'll not be at that sort of pace this time. We'll see what she does this evening, as she qualifies comfortably for the final in 1:05.34, just slightly faster than the previous 2 heats, so should be a good competitive 17 and over final. Second place, Jessica Heaps, and third, Melissa Mainwaring.
So just finished the finalists for the boys 100 fly. Done the 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. We have Callum Sinclair, Zach Slater, Mano Drysdale, Jaden Chan, Rory Stobie, Lewis Muir, Fraser Stewart, and we have a swim-off for the 8th place between Josh Stephen, Calder Murphy, and the other reserve will be Rory Gallagher. And in the 17 and over age group, we have Brodie Gordon-Gibson, Ben Carr, Stefan Kravich, Igor Suvalov, Luke Hornsey, Sidar Gullen, Finn Bremner, and Finlay Davis. Reserves Matthew McMillan and Luke Shaw.
So our next event is the boys backstroke.
So first tee to this boys backstroke, it's Luke Livingston in 1, Hoyk and Teviotdale. In 2, Brodie Armstrong from Musselburgh. 3, Stanislav Histoff from Broxburn. Oliver Dixon from Warren Bass is in 4. Ashton Kerridge, Glenrothes swimmer in 5. Finch Geary from Stepbrook in 6. And Max Muir Cooper in lane 7. Strong start in lane 5, Ashton Kerridge. Glenrothes swimmer. He turns 35.54. Entry times here are 1:13 all the way through to 1:17. And it's in lane 5 and 6. That's Ashton Kerridge and Glenrothes and Stepbrook's Finch Geary. Coming through strong in this final 50 is Oliver Dixon, who was the fastest entry time in a 1:13, and he's coming through really strong in this last 10. Is Oliver going to catch up, Ashton? No, Ashton just gets it, 1:12.74. So that's an improvement for him on his entry. Second, it was Oliver, 1:13.18, and in third, it's Finch Geary, 1:15.07.
Heat number 2, Rory Gallagher goes for Warrender in 1. His teammate Noah Lucatelli in 2. Lane 3 is Liam Black of Cooper. Taron Murphy of Carnegie goes in 4. Then 2 more from Warrender. Luke McCall in 5. Fabio Farina in 6. And 2 from Trinent. Harvey Orr in 7. And Alex Taylor in lane 8. Alex Taylor had that terrific fly earlier. Let's see what he can do in the backstroke. Fabio Farina looking good in lane 6, and in lane 4, Taron Murphy. So Taron Murphy turning first, 34.57, a second faster than the previous heat. Haven't mentioned Noah Lucatelli, but he's up there in lane 2. So it looks like it's settling into a 3-way contest. Murphy in 4 against the 2 Warrender boys. Farina in 6 and Lucatelli in 2. Well, now it's just the 2 of them, Taron Murphy and Fabio Farina. And I think it is going to be the Carnegie swimmer just touching first. And he does 1:11.11. Easy time to remember. and 8/10 inside his entry time. Fabio Farina second, and it's Luke McCall coming through to take third.
Moving into heat number 3, Harry McIntosh from Portobello in 1, Stephen Laws from Cooper in 2, Blair Woodward, Portobello in 3, Callum Sinclair, Broxburn in 4, Aaron McDowell, Swimit in 5, William McKinnon, Midlothian in 6, Sam Cool from Steprock in 7, and Ollie Wishart, Carnegie Swimmer in 8. Strong start in 5 from Aaron McDowell from Swimit. Second at the Falkirk Otters meet just last weekend, and third at the Bells Hill meet. So Aaron's got some good form coming into this. Entry time is a 1:10.3. On his inside, Callum Sinclair coming through strong. He was 6th at this event last year, a member of the Senior Academy, and he's coming through strong with 5 to go. Is Aaron going to hold him off? It's very tight. I think Callum may have timed this very well, and he comes in, does get the edge. 1:10.42. 10th ahead of Aaron, the long-term leader. 1:10.52 in second, and in third, Blair Woodward, 1:11.27.
On to heat 4, we have Sam Downey of Musselburgh in 1, Declan Kay of Trinent in 2, Ewan Jones of Broxburn in 3, Ethan Mulligan of Haddington in 4, Sam Ross of Warrender in 5, Taylor Hutton of Incas in 6, Finley Brown of Trinent in 7, Callum Weir of Broxburn in lane 8. Sam Downey, S8 para swimmer, going in lane 1. Of course, represented Scotland in the Commonwealth Games last year, was 6th in this event. Probably not his main event, but he did get qualifying times for the Para World Championships down in Sheffield a couple of weeks ago. But coming out of the turn, it is lane 3, Ewan Jones, who leads from Haddington's Ethan Mulligan. So those two pretty close. And also up there in lane 7, Finley Brown, Ultranem, but it's going to be the Broxburn swimmer, Ewan Jones, taking the win. Ducks into the wall in 1:08.92.
So finalists for the girls' 15-year-old 100 butterfly: Layla Weatherspoon, Natalie Moody, Kira Gregg, Rosie Heaps, Macy Carty, Imogen Edwards, Sydney Boyd, and Lauren Broley. And reserves are Myron McPhee and Molly Weir. Into heat 5, in lane 1, Connor Mitchell from Warner Baths, Calder Murphy, Carnegie in 2, in 3, Ben Gray from Inverleith, 4, Jedri Brzezinski from Heart of Midlothian, Ewan Gray from Cooper in 5, Kieran Chapman, Glenrothes in 6, Josh Stephen, Warner Baths in 7, and Luke Jansen, also Warner Baths in lane 8. Turning first, it's Ben Gray, the Inverleith swimmer, but it's pretty close across the whole of these 8 swimmers. Not a lot between them. Lane 1, Connor Mitchell looking strong. Lane 7, Josh Stephen. He's in a swim-off later on for the 100 fly final, but it's Connor, I think, in lane 1, the Werrender swimmer, more known as a breaststroker, but showing good form here in the backstroke as he comes into the wall. 1:07.79. So that's a nice improvement, a couple of seconds for him. Second, it was Josh Stephen, 1:09.09. Sorry, second it was Jedri Brzezinski, 1:09.08, and just edging out there, Josh Stephen to third in a 1:09.09. Just quickly do the women's 16-year-old finalists for the 100 fly: Orla McInnes, Charlotte Thompson, Gemma Brown, Lauren Anderson, Alexandra Miller, Kira Pemble, Rosie Forster, and Helen Stoddart. Reserves: Ashley Drake and Iona Kasapides.
Heat 6, Rory Stobie of Warrender goes in 1, Jaden Chan of Carnegie in 2, Rowan Geary of Steprock in 3, Zach Slater of Musselburgh in 4, Fraser Stewart of Steprock in 5, Ishmael Shalabi of Warrender in 6, Ross Anderson of Trinent in 7, and Michael Skeckel of Inverleith in lane 8. Well, this is shaping up to be another pretty close one. Lanes 4 and 5 in particular, Zach Slater and Fraser Stewart are going to turn just about together. Touch just with Zach, 32.79. Zach having a pretty successful championships, couple of golds. Silver in the 50 backstroke. He's up by about half a metre now on Fraser Stewart. And others pretty close, Ishmael Shalabi, Ross Anderton in particular. And they are getting closer to Zach here in the latter stages. So this is going to be on the touch here as they come in, but I think Zach will take it, and he does. 1:06.79. So just about bang on his entry time. Second, Ismail Shalabi with a strong finish to get ahead of Fraser Stewart, who takes third.
Heat 7, first of the circle-seeded heats. We have in lane 1, Richard Laws from Cooper, Carl Muirhead Livingston in 2, Robbie Boyd, Warren Baths in 3, Finlay Davis from Midlothian in 4, Luke Hornsey, Musselburgh in 5, Stefan Kravich, Trenent in 6, Mano Drysdale from Wanda in 7, and in lane 8, Max Turnbull. Good start from Stefan Kravich. In lane 6, turning in a 29.49. Not one of the events he does that frequently, I don't think. He's a junior national team member, and he's got beside him East Lothian teammate Luke Hornsey in 5, and Midlothian Finlay Davis in 4. But it's going to be Stefan to take this one by a good bodily length or 2, with Luke Hornsey just behind, and it's going to be Stefan coming in just under the minute, 59.81. So that's a nice swim for Stefan. Improvement on his entry. Second, it was Luke Hornsey in a 101.72, and in third, Finlay Davis, 103.37. Finalists for the 17 and over women's 100 fly: Abigail Morton, Katie Robertson, Abigail Stemp, Alice Mackey, Faith Yuda, Jessica Heaps, Anna de Grossa, Melissa Mainwaring, and Nicole Ricci. Reserves are Katie Rose and Grace Courtney.
Heat 8, Fergus Woodward of Portobello in lane 1, then 4 from Warrender, Micah Van Blurk in 2, Cedar Gullen in 3, Finn Bremner in 4, and Ewan Beatty in 5. Lane 6 is Matthew McMillan of Incas, Jonah Turnbull goes to Midlothian in 7, and Lewis Muir of Carnegie completes the field in lane 8. So it is the centre lanes, Finn Bremner and Ewan Beatty taking this one out. In particular, Finn in lane 4, I think will turn just first. Not by much though. 400ths only, 29.99. Not as fast as Stefan in the previous heat at the halfway mark. Finn, national age group bronze medalist last year, going in the 17 and over age group. Medals in the 50 and the 200. Right beside him still is Ewan Beatty. So the Warrender pair going hard at it, but it will be Finn Bremner just holding off his teammate to take the win in 101.53. Ewan 101.75 in second, and Cedar Gullen in third, 104.47.
Into this final heat of the men's 100 back. Harry Sharp in 1 from Warrender, Nathan Wilson, Carnegie in 2, Scott Mitchell from Glenrothes in 3, Scott Gibson, Edinburgh Uni in 4, Owen Williamson from Haddington in 5, Sean Cy Griffiths from Warrender in 6. No surprises to see Scott Gibson well ahead even at this 50 stage. Scottish record holder at 50 backstroke, 26.59. It's a pretty sharp first 50 entry. It's a 54.2. Was ill a few weeks ago, so recovering from that. He was a B finalist at the Edinburgh International meet a couple of weeks ago in this very pool. Going well in lane 1 as well. Harry Sharp from Warrender, and outside Scott is Owen Williamson, but Scott Gibson's going to take this one. Good heat swim from him, 56.03. That's a good strong swim from him. Second, it is Harry in a 102.85. And third, it was Owen Williamson at 103.18.
Move to the girls now. 14 heats of 100 backstroke. So here we go with a full heat for heat number 1. Katie Paik of Carnegie goes in lane 1. Olivia Murray of Hearts in 2. Lauren Brolly of Fauldhouse in 3. Leah Henney of Incas in 4. Iona Connolly of Midlothian in 5. Caitlin May of Portobello in 6. Neve Brown of Warrender in 7. And Amy Mackay, Gala Shields in lane 8. 2 para swimmers go in this one. Katie Paik swimming S10 in lane 1. And Amy Mackay swimming S9 in lane 8. But leading is lane 5, I think, although it's close. No, in fact, it's lane 2, Olivia Murray. 39.51 for Olivia. And she is maybe half a meter up on the 3 swimmers in lanes 3, 4, and 5 now. Pushing on nicely in lane 5 is Iona Connolly of Midlothian. The able-bodied swimmers here, 121s, 122s, Katie 127 and Amy 154. But it is looking like it's going to be the Midlothian swimmer who will take this one. Iona 121, 38. Second was Henny, 121.82, and Olivia Murray in 122 seconds, taking third. Need to get a time for Katie Pake in lane 1 as Amy Mackay completes her swim. Finalist in the GB final in the British Param meet recently, but not quite on her entry time. 2:01 for her. Katie, 1:39. In fact, an adjusted time for Amy there, 1:58.
Into heat 2, in lane 1, Isla McCree from Gala Shields. In 2, Tess Byrne from Trojan. Amelie Spence from Duns in 3. Iris Hogg, Heart of Midlothian in 4. Amy Sewell from Midlothian in 5. Olivia Flockhart, Musselburgh in 6. Alexis Hamilton from Holthouse in 7. And her teammate, Shona Fairburn, in lane 8. Good start, lane 4. Iris Hogg, Heart of Midlothian swimmer. 1:19.6 entry. And she's got a body length up already as she turns at the halfway to lane 1, Isla McCree. But it's Iris Hogg, 37.78. A 15-year-old from Hart. She's still got a lead. Just coming back though a little bit is Amy Sewell, the Midlothian swimmer. Second in the Summer Sizzler last year. And out there in lane 8, it's a strong final 50 from Shona Fairburn from Folthouse. But I think it is still going to be the early leader, Iris, in lane 1 here, Isla McCree. But it's going to be Iris Hogg, who takes this one, the Hart swimmer, 1:19.08. So that's half a second improvement on her entry. Second, it was in lane 1, Isla McCree, 1:20.23. And third, Amelie Spence, 1:20.98. Confirmed finalists for the boys, 15-year-old 100 back, Harry Sharp, Ishmael Salabi, Ross Anderton, Max Turnbull, Taylor Hutton, Declan Kay, Stephen Laws, and Ashton Kerridge, and reserves Luke McCall and Noah Lucatelli.
Heat 3, Kira Bailey goes for Cooper in 1, Alice Finlay of Musselburgh in 2, Amy Jones of Broxburn in 3, Anna Campbell of Portobello in 4, Maisie McCafferty of Broxburn in 5, Evie Graham of Incas in 6, Sophie Carruthers of Glenrothes in 7, and Isla Stewart of Carnegie in lane 8. Good start in lane 2, that's Musselburgh's Alice Finlay. Looks like she's going to lead them through the turn. Going in the 15 age group. And she does turn first, 36.61. Just over a second faster than the previous heat. Going nicely in lane 1, Kira Bailey. of Cooper. And others pretty close, but it's still Alice leading the way. Her entry time 1:19 exactly, so she'll be looking to improve on that and hold off the challengers led by lane 7 Sophie Carruthers of Glenrothes, but it is going to be Alice pretty comfortably, and a nice PB 1:16.36. So Alice takes the win. Second, in fact, was lane 5, Maisie McCafferty, and third, Sophie Carruthers in lane 7.
Confirm the 16-year-old boys 100 backstroke finalists: Robbie Boyd, Nathan Wilson, Mano Drysdale, Kyle Muirhead, Zach Slater, Richard Laws, Fraser Stewart and Connor Mitchell. Lewis Muir, Jaden Chan are your reserves. Into Heat 4. In lane 1, Adriana Krishak from Trinent, Kira Gregg from Falthouse in 2, Kira Anderson from Livingston in 3, Erin Liddle, Gala Shields in 4, Anna Smith from Burnt Island in 5, Amy Murray, Broxburn in 6, Myrene McPhee, Falthouse in 7, and Caitlin Adamson, Carnegie swimmer in lane 8. Lane 5 going strong, that's Anna Smith from Burnt Island. 17-year-old, entry time into the event 1:17.5, and it's actually though lane 2, Kira Gregg, the Falthouse swimmer, turning in a 37.98, slightly down on time in the previous heat. That's still pretty close though here across a number of different swimmers. Lane 2, as said, Kira Gregg turned at the 50 first. Coming through strongly in his second 50 is Myrene McPhee, the Falthouse swimmer. But it's going to be her teammate Kira Gregg, 15-year-old, coming in to take this one. 1:16.04, so that's a good improvement on her entry time for Kira. Second, it was also from Falthouse, Mary McPhee, and third, Adriana Krishak from Trinent, 1:19.45. Confirm the finalists for the men's 17 and over 100 back: Scott Gibson, Stefan Kravich, Finn Bremner, Luke Hornsey, Ewan Beatty, Owen Wilmson, Finlay Davis and Sidar Gullen. Reserves: Micah Van Blerk and Fergus Woodward.
Heat 5, Laurie Joyce of Trinent in 1, Lizzie Wyke of Hearts in 2, Grace Hannock of Trinent in 3, Ella McGeorge of Cooper in 4, Bella Geard of Warrender in 5, Georgia Adamson of Carnegie in 6, Tilly Lakey from Galashiels in 7, and Katrina Stevens of Duns in lane 8. And Katrina off to an excellent start in lane 8, with fellow borderer Tilly Lakey challenging her in lane 7. But Katrina think will be first to turn, or is it lane 1 actually? No, it is lane 1. Laurie Joyce of Tranent goes through 36.58. Laurie second in the Haddington meet early in the season. Looking now to maintain her advantage in the second half. They're all gathering in the centre lanes though, lanes 3, 4 and 5, all pushing hard, but it's still the outside lanes. Laurie in 1, Katrina in 8. Between the two of them as they go under the flags. I think it will be Laurie just getting the touch, and she does. 1:16.36. Not quite as fast as the previous heat, but a second inside her entry time. Katrina Stevens second, Grace Hannock third.
In Heat 6, we have Grace Harley from Haddington in lane 1, Imogen Edwards, Carnegie in 2, Katie Wells from Carnegie in 3, Katie Anderson from Tranent in 4, Hannah Anderson, Carnegie in 5, in 6, Trudy Patrick from Warren Baths, 7, Rosie Heaps from Fauldhouse Penguins, and in lane 8, Amy Owenson from Gala Shields. Strong start. Lane 7, Rosie Heaps. 6th in this event last year. It's between her and lane 1, Grace Harley, and Grace just edges it in a 36.22, so that's our fastest first 50. Good turn from Rosie. I think she's right up there with Grace in lane 1. Lane 2, Imogen Edwards, making a bit of a pull through in this second 50, but it looks like Rosie is pulled away slightly as they come into 10 to go. And it's between lane 1, Grace Harley from Haddington, and Rosie Heaps out there in 7. And it's going to be right to the wall. And it is Rosie, 1:15.01, just edging out Grace Harley in a 1:15.31, and third it was Imogen Edwards, 1:16.3.
Heat 7, we have Sophie Portier of Warren Baths in 1, Anna Harkness of Kelso in 2, Abigail Morton of Swimit in 3, Jessie Norris of Kelso in 4, Greta Simaska of Warren Baths in 5, her teammate Ellie Nerona in 6, 7 is India Marshall of Musselburgh, and Poppy Shaw goes for Eyemouth in lane 8. Entry times here, 1:14s, 1:15s. 1:15.01 we saw in the previous heat, the fastest so far, very close at the turn. Just goes to Anna Harkness, 36.02, slightly faster than the previous heat, couple of tenths for Anna, enter 1:15.03. Lane 4 is fellow Kelso swimmer Jessie Norris. So the two Kelso swimmers both going well. Behind them, Poppy Shore of Eyemouth, and beside her, India Marshall for Musselburgh. But it looks like maybe it is going to be lane 2. And it is. Anna Harkness holds on to her lead, 1:14.59 for her. Improves by half a second on her entry time. Jessie Norris makes it a Kelso 1-2 with India Marshall in third.
Into Heat 8, Charlotte Duffin, Warren de Baths in 1, Freya Dand from Midlothian in 2, Aileen McNichol from Glenrothes in 3, Hayley McKelvey from Incus in 4, Ella Poolman, Glenrothes in 5, Chloe Merson, Livingston in 6, Alice Mackey from Heart of Midlothian in 7, Alice Perry, Warren de Baths in 8. And it's Alice Mackey, I think just ahead as they come into the 50. Better known as a flyer, but showing good form here on the backstroke, 34.41. And nearly a second up on the next swimmer, which looks like it's lane 3 now, Aileen McNichol. Glenrothes 15-year-old, 5th at the East District Summer Sizzler last year, but Alice is showing strong form here on the backstroke. Has got a good couple of body lengths up on the rest of the field as she comes in under the flags. Her entry is going to get nicely beaten here, and a 1:12.04 for Alice. Second, it was Aileen McNichol, 1:14.78, and third, Aileen McKelvey, 1:15.03.
Heat 9. Macy Carty goes for Fauldhouse in 1, Molly Weir of Broxburn in 2, Caitlin Peebles of Trinent in 3, Lauren Anderson Livingston in 4, Freya Headley of Steprock in 5, Erica Watt of Hearts in 6, Zara Innes of Carnegie in 7, and Ashley Drake of Warrender in lane 8. 1:12 and 1:13 is the entry times here. And it's pretty close as we come to the turn. Is it going to be lane 4? No, it's Caitlin Peebles in lane 3, 35.31, just by 300ths for the Trinent swimmer, third in the East Lothian meet early in the year. She's just got the edge, I think, coming down the second length, maybe half a metre up on the swimmers either side of her. Molly Weir, Lauren Anderson. And also going well over in lane 8, Warrender's Ashley Drake. But I think it's Caitlin Peebles is going to bring this one home, looking strong in the closing stages and into the wall in 1:11.96. A nice improvement on her entry time over a second. 1:11.86 for Caitlin. Ashley in second, 1:13.03, and Molly Weir third, 1:13.50.
Heat 10 in lane 1, Helen Stoddart from Haddington. In 2, Alexandra Miller, Falthouse Penguins. 3 is Sydney Boyd from Midlothian. In lane 4, Imogen Sargent, Edinburgh University. In 5, Natalie Cooper, Warren de Baths. Katie Lowe from Glenrothes is in 6. Gemma Brown, Carnegie in 7. And Katie Barron, Midlothian in lane 8. Good start in lane 2, Alexandra Miller, 16-year-old from Falthouse. And she turns in a 34.66, so that's the fastest we've seen. Pretty close though out there in lane 2, Gemma Brown, Carnegie, going with her, and coming back a little bit. Lane 4 is Imogen Sargent, the Edinburgh University swimmer. But still pretty tight. Maybe lane 7 is coming through, Gemma Brown. And I think it's between her and Alexandra Miller all the way to the end. And it is Gemma who comes in right at the death there, 1:11.47, 10th of a second ahead of Alexandra Miller, 1:11.57. Third, Natalie Cooper, 1:12.39.
Heat 11, Bronwyn Payne goes for Kelso in 1, Casey Drummond of Incas in 2, Lucy Atherton of Hearts in 3, Sarah Smith of Warrender in 4, May Rogers also of Warrender in 5, Iona Casapidis of Carnegie in 6, Charlotte Thompson of Midlothian in 7, and Natalie Moody from Livingston in lane 8. So lanes 3 and 4 off to strong starts. Lucy Atherton and Sarah Smith. I think it's going to be Lucy turning first in lane 3, and she does that in 33.71, so about a second faster than the previous heat. Lucy, entry time 1:11.34. She did at this event last year when she was bronze medalist. So let's see what she can do this year, going in the 16-year-old age group. Still, I think, to feature in the top 3s. Maybe this is the one, but she's being pushed now by May Rogers, who is the silver medalist in the 200 backstroke, and the two of them coming in together, but it's May who gets the touch. 1:10.29 for her. And that's a nice improvement from her of a second on her entry time. Lucy Atherton second, 1:10.57, and Bronwyn Payne in third, 1:11.08.
Into the first of the circle seeded heats. In 1, Naomi Wilson, Warrender Baths. Grace Courtney, Mossborough in 2. Faith Yuda from Edinburgh Uni in 3. Yasmin Hammerlane, Edinburgh University in 4. And in 5, Lucy Lucas, also Edinburgh University. 7, Jessica Heaps from Falthouse. And in 8, Lucy de Grosser from Galashiels. Strong start from the fastest qualifier, Yasmin Hammerlane, Edinburgh University swimmer. Won the 50 back in this pool a few months back, 31.96, so that's the fastest split by some margin, as you'd expect. Lucy Lucas not too far behind, and going well in 7 is Jessica Heaps, Fauldhouse Penguin swimmer. Already finalist in the 100 fly. So it's definitely going to be Yasmin Hamlin who takes this. Pretty close for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but it's going to be Yasmin. Entry time 103.8, and she's going to be 105.7. 9. 2nd it was Lucy Lucas at 109.51, and in 3rd Faith Yuda 109.71.
Heat 13, we have Orla McInnes of Hearts in 1, Emma Finlay of Musselburgh in 2, Katie Rose of Warrender in 3, Kiana Kurtzer of Warrender in 5, Rosie Forster also of Warrender in lane 6, Layla Weatherspoon of Hearts in 7, and Kira Pemble of Eyemouth in lane 8. So empty lane in lane 4 opens the door for the swimmers in lanes 3 and 5. The Warrender contingent, Kiana Kurtzer in lane 5. Looks like she's going to lead them through halfway, but well, it's pretty close. But she does, just from Rosie Forster and Katie Rose, 33.10. Not as fast as Yasmin split from the previous heat. So it's a Warrender trio bringing this one down the 2nd length. Still just about led by Kiana Kurtzer, the junior team member. Has quite a distinguished record in this event, including National Age Group champion. She was a junior finalist 2 weeks ago at the Edinburgh International, and she's going to take this heat by about a metre in the end, in 107.37. 2nd place was Rosie Forster, 108.01, and 3rd, Katie Rose, 108.99.
Final heat. In lane 1, Phoebe Arbuckle from Warrender, Mia McLeod, swim it in 2, Katie Robertson, Edinburgh University in 3, Anna Green, Warrender Baths in 4, Melissa Mainwaring from Broxburn in 5, Ailey Armstrong, Musselburgh in 6, Natalie Marshall from Broxburn in 7, and Tegan Black, Trinent swimmer in 8. So a strong start here from Anna Green, Warrender swimmer, 31.1, so that's faster than Yasmin Hammerlane's split. Anna represented Great Britain at the European Juniors in this event last year, being pushed hard by Melissa Mainwaring, national and age group champion last year in this event, and those two have got a reasonably clear lead on the rest of the field. Anna looking strong, as is Melissa, both in that older age group, but it looks like they'll comfortably get themselves into the final. So Anna touches in a 104.35. Melissa, good swim there. 105.54 in second, and Ailey Armstrong edging into third. 108.69.
Our last event of the morning heat session is boys 200 individual medley, and this will go in 9 heats. So the 3 swimmers go in the first of the 9 heats of boys 200 IM. Girls will go tomorrow. The 3 here, Alex McNeely of Cooper, Ted Duncanson of Haddington, and second Cooper swimmer Max Muir, lanes 3, 4 and 5 respectively. I'll give you the 15-year-old girls 100 backstroke finalists while the swimmers here get into their groove. And they are Kiana Kurtzer, Layla Weatherspoon, Phoebe Arbuckle, Natalie Moody, Sydney Boyd, Molly Weir, Macy Carty and Ailey McNichol. The reserves Rosie Heaps and Freya Dand. So 36.30. The 2 Cooper swimmers well matched here. Just leading the Haddington swimmer, Ted. And it's Max Muir, in fact, has the edge. The 16-year-old girls finalists, Rosie Forster, Mia McLeod, May Rogers, Lucy Atherton, Bronwyn Payne, Gemma Brown, Alexandra Miller and Kira Pemble. Reserve Charlotte Thompson and Caitlin Peebles. So halfway, and Max Muir now has built up a handy lead in the backstroke. 120.53 for him as they go to Brest. So it's Cooper 1 and 2, but Ted Duncanson showing some signs now. They're going into breaststroke to challenge Alex McNeely. We'll see whether he can get anywhere close to Max Muir. He's moved into second now, and he is starting to close on Max, I think. But Max still has a reasonable lead, about a body length, with just 12 or so meters of breaststroke to go. But Ted Duncanson looking to make full advantage of his breaststroke skills here, and he's definitely is closing the gap as we come up to the 150. So as they turn onto the freestyle, there's not much in it at all. 2:14.14 for Ted. We don't get a touch there from Max, but it was pretty much the same time. There it is now, 2:14.22. So who's got the stronger freestyle? Very often you see the one with the momentum from the breaststroke takes that through into the freestyle, but Max might have other ideas about that. It's certainly going to be a tight contest between the 2 of them with 15 to go. And it looks like the Cooper swimmer Max Muir has got the advantage back again. And he is going to bring this in by about a meter. Good swims from both boys. And it is Max takes the win, 250.92 from Ted's 251.95. And Alex McNeely bringing in third place. 3:02.63 for him.
So confirm the finalists for the women's 17 and over 100 back. Anna Green, Melissa Mainwaring, Yasmin Hammerlane, Katie Rose, Ailey Armstrong, Natalie Marshall, Lucy Lucas and Katie Robertson. Reserves will be Faith Yuda and Jessica Heaps. Moving into the second heat of the men's 200 IM. In lane 1, Luke Livingston from Hoyk and Teviotdale. Cameron Walkinshaw, Trojan in 2. Jedry Prajovsky, Heart of Midlothian in 3. Alex Taylor from Trinent in 4. Keir Stormont, Heart of Midlothian in 5. Oliver Dixon from Warrender in 6. William Madden, Carnegie, not swimming in 7. And in lane 8, Brodie Armstrong, Musselburgh. Entries ranging from 241 up to 249 in this heat, so fairly broad spread. Lane 3 though, Jedry Prajovsky, Hart swimmer, touched first to the fly 31.7, and he's first on the back in a 1:13.31, so that's some margin faster than the previous heat, 7 seconds. Teammate pushing hard here, Keir Stormont, 15-year-old Keir, Jedry 16. In between them, Alex Taylor from Trinent, and we've got Luke Livingston from Hoyk, and Oliver Dixon, the Warrender swimmer. Good swimming here from the Hearts swimmers, Jedry and Keir. It's going to be Jedry who turns 1:58.14. So that's 16 seconds up on the previous heat. So that's going to be in the 2:30s. So big improvement here for Jedry in lane 3. Here, not that far behind, and very fast freestyle leg there from Alex Taylor from Trinent in lane 4, coming back strong on Oliver. But it's going to be Jedry who takes this one in a 2:31.24. So that is 10 seconds improvement on his entry time. Second it was Keir Stormont, just wait for a time from him, 2:36.67, and third Alex Taylor, fast finishing there, 2:42.39.
Heat 3, we have Ashton Kerridge of Glenrothes in 1. Noah Lucatelli of Warrender in 2. His teammate Josh Stephen in lane 4. Finch Geary of Step Rock in 5. Harry Sharp of Warrender in 6. Rory Gallagher also of Warrender in 7. And Stephen Laws of Cooper in lane 8. Reminder, of course, we have the swim-off coming up after this, and that will feature Josh Stephen, who is swimming here in lane 4 and not holding anything back in his fly leg of this IM, 31.51, slightly faster than the previous heat. Lane 2, his teammate Noah Lucatelli is not far away from him. So the two Warrender swimmers with the advantage over the rest of the field, coming down towards halfway. Over on the far side from the gallery, it's pretty close for third. Harry Sharp, Rory Gallagher, Stephen Laws all there, and so is lane 5, Finch Geary. But in lane 4, Josh Stephen leads the way, 1:10.85 at halfway, about 2.5 seconds faster than the previous heat for Josh. 2:37 entry time for him. And he is looking very good here, going in the 16-year-old age group, staking his claim for another swim tonight. And certainly in the breaststroke, he's more than holding his lead. So up towards the 150 turn, and he goes through that 158. Now pretty much on terms with Jersey's split from the previous heat, so he did lose a bit on the breaststroke compared with Jersey, but not compared with the swimmers he's competing against here. No Lucatelli holding on to second from Finch Geary in lane 5, and pushing on is Stephen Laws over in lane 8, but there's never really been any doubt right from the beginning that Josh Stephen dominating this one and strong into the wall. He takes the win 2:33.96. So nice improvement of 4 seconds on his entry time. Second place, Finch Geary with a strong finish, and Ashton Kerridge also finishing really strongly from lane 1. Takes third place. Can I have your attention, please? There's a number of cars that are blocking the ambulance and delivery areas in the top car park, and they are SC13CZS, T28JPM, SH66TDU, 4EDN, and M24LMO. Those 5 cars all need to be moved straight away, please. Just run through those number registrations again. SC13CZS, T28JPM, SH66TDU, 4EDN, and M24LMO. Please, those 5 owners, please move your cars straight away. Thank you.
Heat 4, we have in lane 1, Finlay Brown from Trinent, Ollie Wishart, Carnegie in 2. In 5, Calder Murphy, Carnegie. In lane 6, Rowan Geary from Steprock. Nicodemus Troniar, Heart of Midlothian in 7, and Ethan Mulligan, Haddington in lane 8. So Calder in lane 5 is the other participant in the swim-off that will be following this event. Just seen Josh Stephen in the previous heat have a good IM. So it's Ethan Mulligan now, 31.15. He's taken this one out in lane 8. But it looks like Calder has eased through on this backstroke. Still pretty close between the Carnegie swimmer in 5 and Haddington swimmer in lane 8. Not much between the rest of the field, but there are a couple of body lengths behind these two. Calder now just edging ahead as he turns in a 1:10.86. So that's just 100th down on the previous fastest split at the 100. See how his backstroke comes on, breaststroke here, Calder. Good leg on this breaststroke from Rowan Geary, step rock swimmer, coming back strongly. Also lane 2, Ollie Wishart from Carnegie. And it's much closer now as they come up to the breaststroke turn. Not a lot between all 6 of these swimmers. Still Calder Murphy, but only by a touch. Now lane 7, Nicodemus Croniar from Heart, who actually edges ahead at that breaststroke, 1:59.96, so slightly down on the previous 2 heats. Let's see who's got the legs on this freestyle, and it's Calder again who's picking up the baton on this last 50 freestyle. It looks like it's going to be Calder or Nicodemus. In between them is Rowan Geary. He's not out of it. And down here in lane 2, Ollie Wishart. But I think Calder's had a strong, steady swim throughout. He's going to take this heat. And he comes in a 2:32.69. Just on or thereabouts his entry time. Second, it is Nicodemus Troniar, 2:34.54. Ollie Wishart third, 2:34.93.
Heat 5. Luke McCall of Warrender in 1, Rory Stobie of Warrender in 2, then 2 from Carnegie, Nathan Wilson in lane 3 and Taron Murphy in lane 4, then 3 more from Warrender, Ishmael Shalabi in 5, Robbie Boyd in 6, Fabio Farina in 7, and Richard Laws of Cooper goes in lane 8. So it's just going to be lane 4, I think, Taron Murphy. Although no, in fact, Rory Stobie in lane 2, 29.86. So good strong start on the fly from Rory. These swimmers 2:27 to 2:30 entry times. All very close except for Rory, who has got a pretty good lead here. Coming down to halfway. Around 3 meters up on the field. With maybe just lane 3 now, Nathan Wilson edging into second as Rory goes through into the breaststroke. 1:08.45. See if anyone can challenge in breaststroke. Couple of seconds faster than the previous heat at the halfway mark. Does look like Rory's lead is coming under threat now though, with the charge being led by Taron Murphy in lane 4. Either side of him, Nathan Wilson and Ishmael Shalabi. But it is now Taron Murphy. I'm guessing he's the brother of Calder we saw in the previous heat. But he has had a really good breaststroke there. And he now has the clear lead going into the freestyle 153.51. Now needs to see the job done, but Rory Stobie could come back at him here. He's not out of it by any means. I think it is between the two of them. Taran in 4, Rory in 2. Who has got the strength to see this one through? 15 meters to go. Still, I think it is Taran Murphy edging it, but Rory is right on the case now and coming through. It's going to be on the touch. Who gets it? It is Taran Murphy. Just 2:27.28 for him, 2:27.40 for Rory. Good racing there. Ishmael Shalabi in 3rd, 2:33.63.
So into heat 6, Sam Cool, Step Rock in 1, Max Turnbull, Midlothian in 2, Lewis Muir from Carnegie in 3, Toby Bullock, Midlothian in 4, in 5, Michael Skakel from Inverleith, 6, Fraser Stewart, Step Rock in 7, Jaden Chan from Carnegie, and in lane 8, it's Ewan Beatty from Warrender Baths. Very close on that fly, edging it is Fraser Stewart, Step Rock swimmer 30.67. He was 6th in this event last year, but their strong backstroke, as you might expect. Ewan Beatty out there in lane 8, Warrender swimmer. Bronze medalist in both the 50 and 200 back at these districts, Ewan, so throwing that form into this IM, turning in a 105.86, so that's by a margin the fastest split at the halfway mark in the IM. Strong breaststroker as well, so he should consolidate this lead. Toby Bullock coming through strongly in lane 4. Finalist at national age groups last year, was a medalist here. 15-year-old, so one of the younger ones in this heat. He's won 4 IM already for his age group, so you'd expect him showing good storm here, storming through on this breaststroke. Was won the 200 breaststroke, so he's really reeled in Ewan Beatty. Still Ewan, but not by much, just a second, 149.57. So good 4 or 5 seconds up. So who's got it, the legs in this final 50? Toby Bullock going for a IM double for the 15-year-olds in this meet. A couple of swimmers to come in his age group, so setting the standard. Is he going to edge out Ewan Beatty? I think he is just going to take it. Ewan on the wall here, 2:22.93 for Toby. Nice couple of seconds improvement on his entry there, finishing strong. Ewan second, 2:23.33. So that's a 4-second improvement for him on his entry. In third, Lewis Muir, 2:27.10.
Heat number 7. Line up here, Ross Anderton of Trinent in 1, Luke Jansen of Warrender in 2, Callum Sinclair of Broxburn in 3, Taylor Hutton of Incas in 4, Cole White of Warrender in 5, Fergus Woodward of Portobello in 6, and 2 more Warrender swimmers, Cedar Gullen in 7, Manu Drysdale in lane 8. Of course, heat declared winner event, so a reminder to swimmers that you'll be able to pick up your medals from the medal desk, which is down at the start end below the gallery, once the results are confirmed for this event. So coming down the second 50, it's all really close. Ross Anderton going nicely in lane 1, then on the other side of the pool, Cedar Gullen just ahead of Fergus Woodward and Mano Drysdale. And it looks like it is now Cedar Gullen who's moved into the lead halfway. Goes through 1:06.18, Ross second, Fergus third. Slightly slower than the previous heat at the halfway mark. Not too many 16-year-olds to go, and they've got the last 15-year-old in this heat. So Toby Bullock's time will be the target for Taylor Hutton and also Ross Anderton. And both of them are in the mix here as we come up towards the 150. In fact, plenty of swimmers, all very close at the 150 mark. Touch still with Cedar, 150.76. Cedar going in the 17 and over age group. So it's all down to the freestyle now. Ross Anderton looking strong in lane 1. So remember, he's got to get past 2:22, but still Cedar Gullen, I think, has the edge in lane 7. He's really got those legs going down this final 50. So in the end, he's going to be a comfortable winner here. Looks like Mano Drysdale might be second. So it is Cedar Gullen taking the win, 2:21 dead. Very close for second, but just goes to Mano, 2:24.84. And Ross Anderton then 2:24.94. So it does look like Toby Bullock will be the 15-year-old champion, but we'll confirm that later.
So into this penultimate heat, Sean Griffiths, lane 1 from Warner Baths. Connor Mitchell, Warner Baths in 2. Zach Slater, Musselburgh in 3. In 4, David Smith from Glenrothes. Ewan Jones, Broxburn swimmer in 6. Owen Williamson from Haddington in 7. And Jonah Turnbull from Midlothian in lane 8. So fastest fly. No circle seeding because this is a heat declared winner. So these heats will just get progressively faster and faster. Lane 4, David Smith, Glenrothes swimmer. Got the edge on Owen Williamson and Zach Slater. So turning in a 1:05.62. So expect these two 16-year-olds in here. Lanes 2 and 3, Connor Mitchell, Zach Slater. Connor, as you'd expect, coming back like a train on this breaststroke leg. Reeling in all the swimmers with the exception of lane 4, David Smith from Glenrothes. So David is going to turn with a lead going into this freestyle in a 1:45.05. So that's 5 seconds up on Cedar in the previous heat. And it's looks like it's going to be David to take this one. Connor Mitchell, 16-year-old, in second at the moment. Coming through strong, Zach Slater, his fellow 16-year-old from Musselburgh, but it's going to be David Smith in lane 4. Nice strong swim here from him. And he comes in a 2:17.42, so that's an improvement on his entry. Second, Connor Mitchell, 2:20.86. 94, so a tenth of a second improvement for him as well. And in third, finishing fast, Zach Slater, 2:22.97.
And final race of the morning, 6 swimmers in it, and they are Finn Bremner of Warrender in lane 2, Luke Hornsey of Musselburgh in 3, Igor Suvalov, Edinburgh University in 4, Stefan Kravis of Tranent in 5, Finley Davis of Midlothian in 6, and Micah Van Blurk of Warrender in lane 7. Igor Suvalov, Edinburgh University swimmer, British Universities and National Championship finalists. His first to turn, 27.7. A second faster than David Smith's time from the previous heat, which is the time to beat, 2:17.42. And Igor with about a body length advantage over Stefan Kravis in lane 5, who put in a very nice backstroke earlier. As he's going well on the backstroke leg of this IM to make second his own now. Close for third, Finley Davis in 6 and Luke Hornsey in 3, but it's Suvalov at the halfway mark, just over the minute. 1:00.23. So a lead, quite a comfortable lead, 2-3 seconds. Let's see whether Stefan can bring that back. Of course, no finals in this one, as we said, heat declared winner, so you've got to do it now if you want the gold. And Igor is certainly the one to beat. Entry time 2:03 is much faster than anybody else. 2:10 for Stefan. He's certainly not 7 seconds back at the moment, but he is back as they go to the freestyle. And it is nearly 2 seconds the gap, but it is closing. Stefan is coming back at him. And it's down to about a meter now. So this could be tight by the time we're done here, because Stefan Kravis is pushing hard on Igor Suvalov now, and the two of them just about stroke for stroke. Can Igor hold on here, or is Stefan coming through? I think it's going to be Stefan Kravis taking the win. What a comeback at the end there to take the win. 2:09.22 for him, a second inside his entry time. Igor 2:09.81 in second place. Finley Davis taking third in 2:12.92. So great race to finish off the morning session. Congratulations. We do have a swim off though to come, so don't forget about that. It's in the 100 butterfly. It's for a place in the final for the 16-year-olds. The two of them are there, ready to go. But just a reminder, before we do the swim off for the medalists from the 200 IM, once we've announced them, you can pick up your medals from the medal desk just at the start end on the gallery side. And also a reminder for coaches that tomorrow lunchtime there will be a meeting of coaches to discuss various things around East District swimming. That will take place during the lunch break in the Peter Heatley suite tomorrow lunchtime. So coaches, we'd love to see you there, as many as possible. So 1:05.89 was the time both these boys hit in the heats earlier on. Calder Murphy in lane 4 off to a great start against Josh Stephen in lane 5. And Josh has it all to do at the moment because Calder has gone off like a scalded cat here, really pushing it hard. as we come down. Will he pay for it in the second half? That's the only question. As Calder has got a clear lead at the halfway mark. Goes through 30.17 against Josh. Well, this time not coming up, but it's quite a way back. But maybe starting to rewind this now. So we saw a big comeback in that last race down the final length. Can Josh Stephen do something similar here? He's still about a metre back with about 15 to go now. It is hold on time now for Calder Murphy. He's still holding that metres gap. I don't think Josh is going to be able to close him down now. It's going to be a Carnegie win in this swim off. Calder Murphy takes it, and as so often is the case, faster than he was previously. So 1:04.94. We don't see the time coming up for Josh, but there was no doubt. In fact, there it is now, 1:06.41 for Josh. So it is Calder who will pick up that final spot this evening.
So we have confirmed medalists for the men's 200 IM. I'll run them through the age groups. So in the 15-year-olds, bronze goes to Taylor Hutton from Incus. Silver, Ross Anderton, Tranent. And the winner this year from Midlothian in a time of 2:22.93 is Toby Bullock. So congratulations to you three. Remember, you can get your medals from the recorder's desk. In the 16-year-olds, we have in third place from Warren de Bath, it's Mano Drysdale. Second from Musselburgh is Zach Slater, and the gold medalist this year in a time of 2:20.94 from Warren de Bath's Connor Mitchell. So congratulations, boys. And in the open, or the 17 and over, event, just saw that exciting final there in final heat. In third place from Midlothian is Finlay Davis. Second place from Edinburgh University is Igor Suvilov, and the winner in a time of 2:09.22 from Tranent is Stefan Kravich. So congratulations, boys. And that wraps up the swimming for this morning's heats. Thank you very much, officials. You are clear to go. Thank you very much for giving up your time and volunteering this morning. And we'll see you all back for the heats for the 14 and unders start at 12:45. The warm-up starts at 12:45 this afternoon.